Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought it would be fun to recap what I thought owning and carrying a gun was going to be like versus what it's actually like after 10 years of carrying, because I've learned some things that have changed my mind about what this whole gun ownership thing looks like. This is going to be a great video to share with the person that's coming to mind right now when I say this, who's kind of on the fence about gun ownership. They're not quite sure if they want to do it, if they can do it. They have some fears and maybe thoughts that I can put to rest. So if you enjoy this video, please share it with that person. Make sure to like this video because it really helps out my channel, and make sure to subscribe to my channel because some of you might think that you are, but you're actually not. So just make sure that the subscribe button down below is clicked. So welcome back to all my subscribers, and welcome if you're brand new to my channel. My name is Stav, and my goal is to make you confident and competent gun owners and to show you that it's not a huge life-changing process to integrate a gun into your daily life and keep yourselves and your families safe. Okay, so the first thing that I thought would happen is that I would constantly be paranoid that someone would notice my gun on me. And let me just say, in the beginning, yes, I was nervous about it. I was, like, throughout my day, I would think, like, can somebody see my gun right now? Like, is it printing? Which is when it kind of shows through your clothing. And that was a thought that would cross my mind quite often in the beginnings of my time carrying. But let me just say that that does go away. You start to really not care. Not that you don't care, but it's like you realize that nobody is paying attention to their surroundings anyway. Like if you go to a store, no one is paying attention to anything. They're standing in line, they're looking at their phones. I think you could walk by them in like a clown suit and a lot of people wouldn't even notice. So that's not really a fear I have anymore at all. Also, the more you carry, the more you learn like how to carry best for your body so that you don't print. But that paranoia definitely goes away. I thought that that was going to be a thing that just happened every day, but it's not. You start to realize that people are not aware of their surroundings and no one is going to be looking. And especially in Massachusetts where I live, I think that most people don't even know that people around them are carrying guns, so they don't look for it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'll look, especially if I see someone with a shirt that's like a Second Amendment shirt or something like that, they're like advertising that they like guns, I'll look and see if I can see where they're carrying, if they are. But non-gun people in general, I don't think would ever even know to look for a gun on your body. So that goes away. Okay, the next thing that I thought is that it would be hard to find holsters that work for me. Now, my whole channel basically is based around showing women how to carry. Like that is a huge part of what I do here, is I show a bunch of different holsters, I review holsters, I show you different outfits and how to carry in them, because one thing I did not want to compromise when I first started carrying is the way that I dress. I did not want to dress like what I call tactical Tammy every day. Tactical Tammy wears tactical like cargo pants every day with a baggy shirt. That's fine if that's the way you dress. Like I love that we can all express ourselves through our clothing in different ways. It's like an artistic expression of who we are on the outside. That's great. But I personally did not want to have to dress a certain way. Like maybe someone else doesn't want to dress like me, and that's fine. I wanted to keep wearing the fun outfits that I enjoy. And for a little story, I met my husband in a gun class he was teaching, and he would teach these concealed carry classes. And when I first took his concealed carry lecture class, because it was one lecture class and then all live fire, when I took the lecture class, he has a portion of the class where he goes over different holsters. And I was sitting there in his class, and my husband, I love him so much, he's a very manly, like masculine, tactical pants and, you know, t-shirt kind of guy. And he carries the same way 99% of his life. And so he was up there sharing all of these holsters, and I was watching him and I was like, I would never carry in any of these things because it just doesn't suit the way I dress. I can't just carry on my hip because A, I'm a woman and our hips tend to come out more than a man's. Like his body shape is more like this on his hips, and mine kind of round out a little bit because that's the way God designed us. And so I couldn't really carry the way that he was presenting, like the options he was presenting. So I ended up adding to that class with him, and I would go up with my lady holsters that I eventually found, and I would show the women in the class that there are other ways to carry if you don't dress that way. So I discovered there are so many different ways to carry. When someone tells me, and I get these emails a lot, I don't know how to carry, I can't find a holster that's comfortable for me, I get it, because it's challenging. We all have different body types, we all like to wear different clothing. There's so many different factors. We carry different guns, so it's gonna be different for everybody. However, especially now, like 10 years since I started looking for holsters, there have like so many different women's holsters have come out on the market that it's not an excuse to not carry because you can't find a holster. It's just not a thing. There are a million different types of holsters, and I've showed you guys the array of holsters that I have, that I've gotten so that I can show you guys. I usually carry in like the same 3 or 4 holsters throughout my week, but there are just so many different solutions that's a non-issue now. It's not hard. Like when I first saw those holsters being presented to me, I was like, that's not really gonna work. So I found what does work, and they are out there. Which brings me to my next and possibly most controversial thought that has changed. So when I first started carrying, I was very much, you have to carry on body. You cannot carry in a bag. Like carrying it in a bag is unsafe. Your gun's not gonna be secured. What if you put it down and like a kid gets access to it? There are all these fears that are legitimate and good and healthy fears, because those things can happen. However, the more that I carried and as the years went on, I realized that there are a lot of benefits to carrying off body. And before you come at me in the comments about this, go watch this video that I did about things you need to consider before you carry off body, because I talk all about the safety aspects there. But I mainly carry off body now. So I did like a total 180 on that thought that I should never carry off body. It honestly started off with my fanny pack holster that a lot of you might remember from 511 Tactical that I would wear hiking, because that was just the most comfortable way to carry it while on these long hikes with my husband. And that was okay, because like I'm not gonna put it down, it's gonna be on my body the whole time I'm hiking. And so I did that. And then I eventually realized there are certain outfits that I like to wear where the only way I can carry is in a bag. For instance, I like to wear jumpsuits and rompers. Certain dresses, you might not be able to wear a gun on your thigh, so I started to integrate off-body carry options into my daily carry. And I do have very rigid needs when it comes to a carry bag. I never like one that just hangs off your shoulder or on like in your elbow pit. What is that called? Like right here. And a lot of you might know this, but I ended up designing a concealed carry bag for this very purpose. I wanted a bag that fits all my needs when it comes to a perfect concealed carry bag. And so I designed the Stav Sling Pack in collaboration with Chameleon Bags. They brought my vision to life, and this is, for me, the perfect carry bag. Like that's what I need when I carry off body. It's secure, it sits on your chest like this, you wear it across your body. It's small, it doesn't look like a gun bag, and it's just, she's perfect. I think the black is still out of stock. This nice tan color is still in stock, perfect for fall. The black will be coming back in November, so keep an eye out for that. But carrying off body, there are so many benefits to it that if someone tells you, like this is a red flag, if someone tells you you should never ever carry off body, don't listen to them, because they don't know you, they don't know your training, they don't know your lifestyle. It's up to you to decide what works best for you and make an informed decision based on all the information. I'm not gonna go in depth into why I like carrying off body so much now, but a few of the benefits, I can draw this easily when I'm sitting in the car if I had to. It holds everything really tight to my body. My gun is super accessible right here. It's hands-free. Concealment's great. It just looks like a bag. And the list goes on and on. It's just a fantastic way to carry. But again, watch that video that I shared on things to consider before you carry off body, because there are a lot of things you should know before you do that. The next thought that I've changed my mind on is that you're gonna have to change your gear all the time. And a lot of people do this. There are a lot of gun people who love, and I know some personally, who love to just change up their gear all the time. Like, what's the new technology? What is the best flashlight to carry? I personally like to find what I like, and then I mostly stick with it. Let me give you an example. A lot of you might know what these are. They're all stuck together because they're magnetic. So these are called Neo Mags. I have a million of them. the magnet's really strong. But basically, this is a way to carry an extra magazine in your pocket. It has a strong magnet that sticks to your magazine. The little clip sticks out of your pocket, and you can draw your magazine if you need to reload, and it's facing the same direction every time. I found these back in, I don't even know what year. It was probably around the time I first started carrying. And I ended up working with Neomag. I think they still give you guys a discount code, so check that out below. But I found these when I first started carrying, and I'm still using these. Like, I haven't switched the way that I carry an extra magazine because I found something that's great and I stuck with it. And that's just me. Like, you might be the type of person that loves to switch up your gear all the time. I honestly don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy that at all. Like, I want to find something that I really love and then stick with it. And so when you find gear that works for you and you love it, you don't have to switch up your gear all the time. You're not gonna have to like try out new gear all the time and find the latest technology when it comes to magazine pouches. If you find something that works and you love it, you can stick with it, and that's totally fine. Also, I thought when I first started carrying and shooting that I was gonna have to go to the range all the time. And in the beginning, honestly, I was at the range constantly. I was taking classes, I was going shooting after work, and that was really fun. But based on the season of life you're in, that might not always be the case. I think it's great if you can go to the range all the time. And you know, when I was single and like doing my own thing and didn't really have to worry about other people that I had to come home to, that was fine and that worked for me. But in this season of life, you know, there's a lot more going on. I've got my husband, I've got my 2 stepsons, and we like to shoot together. And I shoot with my husband, we go to the range together, but it's not constant. Like, it's not weekly at all. Sometimes it's like once a month. And so that's okay. Like, I'm confident in the level of training I have, and there's no like set number for how many times you need to go to the range and train. That's not a thing. Like, it depends on you and your skills and your gun and all sorts of different factors. And you can also just do dry fire training at home to supplement what you're doing at the range when you can get to the range. But you're not gonna have to go to the range like twice a week to keep up with your training. It's not that strict. So if that's something that's stopping you from getting into gun ownership, like you think you don't have the time to go to the range constantly, you're not gonna have to go as often as you probably think you're gonna have to go. Like Mantis, this brand Mantis has a bunch of at-home training kits. Like, you can attach this laser to your gun and do a bunch of drills at home on their app. It'll improve your training a lot. I'm sorry, my dog's crying downstairs. Your training will improve a lot just by doing something like this at home, using like an at-home dry fire training system. So the peace of mind that I get carrying a gun every day, like everywhere I go, outweighs the fears and like misconceptions that I had times a million. Like, at this point in my life, carrying a gun is like carrying my phone. It's just something that I do. It's not that deep, as the kids would say. Like, I don't think about it all the time when I'm carrying it. I'm not paranoid about it. It's just another thing that I leave the house with. My wallet, my phone, my gun. And it gives me so much peace of mind walking around knowing that if something were to happen to me or to my kids, I'd be able to protect them or myself. And that is huge. Like, especially when in other parts of the world, so many people don't have that ability because their governments have taken away their God-given rights to protect themselves and their families. If you're able to do it, like, why not? And if you need help at all, I'm here. Like, this is what I do here. I want to equip you to be confident and competent gun owners and gun carriers. And the more good people we have out there carrying guns, the better off our society will be. And I believe that 1000%. So if you're new to carrying, let us know in the comments, what did you think it would be like? And if you're a seasoned gun owner and gun carrier, share your thoughts as well. What have you learned as you've been carrying? So that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Again, please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe. Bye.